So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to all those who are watching us live just now, and a very good evening to all those who would be watching us a little later, as per your time and convenience. Yet another day, another
Yes.
World Day celebration, World Homeopathy Day today. And I thought of taking this opportunity and having a conversation with this power couple. And
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Roshani and Dr. Ninad Sawant.
Thank you very much.
I welcome you both to the show, and I would like to first quickly introduce you to our audience. I know it cannot be a quick introduction, but I will do a little bit of introduction, and when we are speaking with you, I'm sure we will be talking about. You will be telling us a lot about yourself. Okay. So I will do this short introduction quickly, and then we will move ahead with our conversation, which I'm sure people would be waiting for.
Okay.
So, friends, I would like to tell you about Dr. Ninad V. Sawant and Dr. Roshani Ninad Sawant, both homeopathy graduates, and have done their PG and training in the United Kingdoms. They both are practicing exclusively homeopathy. So these days we listen to people, practicing homeopathy with allopathy and all those kind of things. But these two have stuck to their roots, and they are practicing exclusive homeopathy for 21 years. I mean, in 21 years, I'm sure I have changed several professions, but they are so much to their roots that they're practicing it for 21 years. They practice in the western suburbs, particularly of western suburbs of Mumbai, particularly in Andheri and Goregaon. So all my friends who are watching from Mumbai and Goregaon can take the advantage of being their patients. And not just that, we can all from all over Mumbai, we can always go to them. They specialize in management of all acute and chronic illnesses ranging from cold to cancer. C to C, cold to cancer.
C to C.
Yes, C to C. Also passionately involved in the management of incurable and terminal cases with homeopathy through a movement called Live Life. Integrated medicine approach in which homeopathy is the mainstream medicine. My God, this is too much for me to absorb. But yes, in our conversation with Ninad and Roshni, I am sure we're all going to understand much more in detail about homeopathy. So I would really like to start our conversation first with them, just for the benefit of all our audience. I would like to keep this session a little multilingual. म्हणजे आम्ही मराठीत पण बोलू, थोडं इंग्लिश पण बोलू, थोडं इंग्लिश मध्ये पण बोलू. So we will try and converse in different languages, so that all set of our audiences will be comfortable and will enjoy listening to us. So yes. So World Homeopathy Day, I would like to, and I'm throwing open the questions to you. You have the choice who want to answer. So I'm not, only going to say that, Roshni, I want this answer from you, or Ninad, I want this answer from you. You're free to answer. Jana, jinko jo answer dena hai, whoever feels that they have more confidence for answering that should please go ahead and answer.
We have been doing it for a long time, so it's not very difficult.
21 years, yeah, 21 years. They oh my God, such dedicated people to one stream of profession.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
मला 21 दिवसात 21 वेगळ्या गोष्टी कराव्याशा वाटतात.
That is also a class and an art in itself. It's not easy. जेवढं तुम्हाला वाटतं 21 years for one single, तेवढं आम्हालाही surprising. If you think 21 days you need different things to do, that
is also
more surprising for us equally.
करत नाही ना ते त्याचं काय.
Thank you so much for a wonderful introduction. It feels good to your ears when you hear your own appreciation from someone like you, because I have known you not for a very long time, but I follow you whatever you're doing through. You are a direct family friend, so, and I like your versatile way of presenting things and taking interest in so many different things. In fact, I'm surprised when you said आता तुम्ही म्हणालात की I don't understand beyond that, but you understand this much is quite quite a
lot.
big thing. I mean, World Homeopathy Day you have decided, and we are privileged to be a part of your talk show.
Yes.
So thanks for that.
Immediately when I heard this World Homeopathy Day, there was nobody else who came to my mind but the two of you. And I
Thank
said,
you
I
so
want to bring both of you online, not just.
much.
When मी आधी विचार केला की निनादना बोलवू का की रोशनीला who will be comfortable? I said no. Even if they're not comfortable, I want them to come on my show.
Yes, surely.
So,
We are privileged. Tell me. Tell us.
yes.
World Homeopathy Day. Why is it celebrated today on the on 10th of April? Anything special?
Yeah, right.
Hmm.
Because it's the birthday of our founder of homeopathy, Dr. Samuel Christian Frederick Hahnemann. He was born on that day, 10th April 1755.
Okay.
And basically, he was a German physician and an allopath practitioner.
Hmm.
Okay. So, but he was not satisfied with his practice. He was like, what am I doing? तुम्हाला एक ब्लड म्हणजे जो ज्यांना काही काना माहिती असेल ब्लड लेटिंग एक प्रोसिजर तेव्हा व्हायची ज्याच्यातून म्हणजे आपण क्युअर करण्यासाठी रक्त काढायचं ब्लड काढायचो त्याच्यातून ते क्युअर व्हायचं सो त्या प्रोसिजरने त्यांना सॅटिस्फाय ते म्हणतात की आपण लोकांना त्रास देतो इन्स्टेड ऑफ क्युअरिंग देम वी आर हर्टिंग देम सो ते त्यांना आता सॅटिस्फाय त्यांनी त्यांची ती प्रॅक्टिस बंद केली अँड आफ्टर लॉट ऑफ रिसर्च स्टडी त्यांनी हे होमिओपॅथी ही इज अ फाउंडर ऑफ त्यांनी होमिओपॅथी हे केलं फाइंड केलं आणि त्याच्यानंतर ही स्टार्टेड लॉट ऑफ प्रॅक्टिसिंग प्रीचिंग होमिओपॅथी म्हणून ॲज रिमेंबरन्स ऑफ दिस वी सेलिब्रेट दिस डे
Okay. So
seminars on this day, especially on this day. आतापर्यंत कोरोनाच्या आधीपर्यंत आमचे लाईव्ह सेमिनार्स आता आजही आमचे सगळीकडे आहेत सेमिनार चालू आहेत वेबिनार्स चालू आहेत आणि नाहीतर एव्हरी इयर देर आर सेमिनार्स अँड सगळीकडे जगभर आहेत मला असं वाटतं एव्हरी वन इज डुईंग दॅट सो इट्स अ व्हेरी auspicious day for us.
It is basically birthday of father of
homeopathy and founder.
So I just heard you saying.
Just see, त्यांचा इथे boss चालू
मागे
केलाय.
Yes.
He is always in our clinic behind us to
Behind
bless
us.
us. In both our clinics, we have kept him because he is
Yes.
he is as good as God to us. So it's a big difference.
I can understand. Absolutely. So Roshni, I just heard you saying that blood test करायचा नाहीत.
ब्लड लेटिंग म्हणजे काय असायचं ती प्रोसेस तेव्हा म्हणजे 17th सेंचुरी तेव्हा ते ब्लड काढायचे म्हणजे लेट इट फ्लो
द आयडिया वाज टू लेट अवे ऑल द इम्प्युअर ब्लड फ्लो
म्हणजे त्याच्याने बरं होतं असं त्यांचं एक आयडिया होती म्हणलं ते कधी पटलंच नाही की ती आपण लोकांना त्रास देतो त्याच्याने
It was very cruel, na? People would die.
किती ब्लड इम्प्युअर ब्लड किती काढणार त्यामुळे त्यांना ते वाटायचं की हे किती क्रुअल मेथड्स आहेत
So people would die, they would suffer, and because of that.
And instead of curing, we are just harming them. असं वाटायचं.
So then he thought of finding something better, and then that is how we
discovered.
came up with this.
What exactly do you mean by homeopathy? What exactly it is? Or can you tell us more? Kya hai homeopathy? Then
that's a small question, but a tough one because
I'm sure. But whatever, for us to understand.
We have to justify. Yeah, we have to justify time. No, that's a good question because the basic curiosity is about the first thing which comes to mind is what is homeopathy. Right. But we'll try to justify it in short rather than going too deep because
no problem. But you have the time is all yours. You have no time restriction. That is something. Let me tell you.
Okay.
But we want to keep your show interesting, not very boring, but not so long. So even that is more important. Keeping all that in mind, let me tell you that homeopathy, first of all, is a basic system of medicine. One of the system of medicine in the world, which is now very popular. Actually, now there are many other systems. You have Ayurveda, you have Siddha, you have allopathy, the mainstream or the modern medicine, what we say. So homeopathy is a complete system of medicine in which there is a medicine for each and every disease. I mean, sometimes people come and ask, ह्याच्यामध्ये ह्या आजाराचं होमिओपॅथीमध्ये औषध आहे का? So that question doesn't exist. Practically each and every illness comes under the purview of homeopathy. Now, what is important about homeopathy? To know few things. The first important thing is when we talk of any science, we talk of principle. Every medical science for that matter, you take Ayurveda, except allopathy. Allopathy is an exception. You take Ayurveda, you take Unani, you take magnetotherapy, you take homeopathy. They are based on a principle. The whole science works on a basic principle. So there is a principle called similia similibus curantur. It's a German term. ज्याला आपण मराठीमध्ये म्हणतो काट्याने काटा काढणं, किंवा इंग्लिश मध्ये ज्याला आपण म्हणून like cures like, to keep it simple. Because since it's a German science, they call it similia similibus curantur. जसं आपल्याला अॅक्युप्रेशर किंवा अॅक्युपंक्चर मध्ये yin and yang थिअरी आहे, जसं आयुर्वेदामध्ये वात पित्त कफ अशी थिअरी आहे, तर त्या प्रिन्सिपल्सवर ही सायन्स इज बेस्ड आहे. तसं होमिओपॅथी इज बेस्ड ऑन दिस लाईक क्युअर्स लाईकचं प्रिन्सिपल वरती बेस्ड आहे. विच मीन्स दॅट एखाद्या माणसाला जर एखादा आजार झाला, इट कुड बी एनिथिंग XYZ, राईट, तर त्याला तशा सिमिलर प्रकारच्या सबस्टन्सचं मेडिसिन द्यायचं. असा एक सायन्स, अशा प्रकारचं एक अंडरस्टँडिंग आहे होमिओपॅथिक मेडिसिनला घेऊन. यू हॅव टू गिव्ह हिम अ रेमेडी which is available in the nature, which has the ability to create a similar disease if given to a normal person. It is complex to understand, but I am trying to keep it by far simple. So this is the basic principle of homeopathy. तर असं करून we have so many different types of medicines which are all available around us in all natural resources. So that is one. Secondly, if you ask me, one most important difference of homeopathy, let us compare it with allopathy, because that is the most simple and modern science which we all follow. First we immediately think of a general practitioner. आपला लगेच शेजारीचा डॉक्टर असतो तो allopathy असतो most of the times. So the basic difference between homeopathy and allopathy, to understand homeopathy better, I am telling you, is there. आपण allopathy मध्ये हेडेक झालं किंवा if you have fever, समजा 4 जणांना fever असला, all 4 might feel better by taking maybe a tablet of crocin or a calpol or a paracetamol. तर एक आजार आहे, एक औषध आहे. इट्स व्हेरी सिम्पल. मलेरियाला एक क्विनाइन आहे, तर सगळ्यांना ते चालणार क्विनाइन. तर एक आजार एक, हा फंडा फार क्लिअर आहे. होमिओपॅथीमध्ये कसं आहे की इफ 2 people are having the same disease, me and my real brother, suppose आम्हाला दोघांनाही if we have a migraine, we won't be given the same medicine. The homeopath would want to know ki, though both are suffering from migraine, what is different in this person and what is different in the other person. So there is a process called individualization. Which means that you need to know the person entirely, not only by his pain or his disease, but by the means of his nature, his behavior, he as a person, his character, his responsibilities. See, because no 2 people are alike. If you see, even if the fingerprint, a single fingerprint is different from the entire. You don't use similar fingerprints. The probability is some lakhs. I had heard in some million times you can get a repeat similar fingerprint. So that is why every person, individual, physically and mentally, is different from the other person, right? For example, आता COVID मध्ये, if you see, we are treating countless COVID patients. Trust me. But we cannot give a single medicine. असं आपण म्हणू शकत नाही की होमिओपॅथीचं हे पर्टिक्युलर मेडिसिन इज फॉर कोविड and it will work for everybody. That is not possible. 4 different people getting COVID might have 4 different emotions. एखाद्याला कोविड झाल्यावर तो फार घाबरून जातो. एखाद्याला कोविड झाल्यावर he is absolutely courageous. He doesn't care. He says it's fine. झालंय तर झालंय. So what? भरपूर लोकांना जाईल. I'll be all right. So different people will have different reactions to a particular disease depending on his and her perception, personality, tolerance. So based on these things, the homeopath selects a medicine. So this is one. The first is principle. Second is the process of individualization, where I categorize a person. So these things. This is all about homeopathy. And you give a medicine, and homeopathy is not about giving you a medicine. I don't want to kill the bacteria in your body. I don't want to kill the virus. The simple process is to just stimulate your own immune mechanism. आपल्या बॉडीमध्ये एक प्रतिकार शक्ती असते जी नेहमी आपल्याला प्रॉपर ठेवते. त्याला फक्त होमिओपॅथिक मेडिसिन स्टिम्युलेट करतं. And then it is expected की ती स्टिम्युलेट झाल्यावरती it will take care of all the suffering, whatever it is. The pain असेल तर pain will be managed, or these are some basic things where you can understand. Now another important thing, as in suppose now there is, when we say a pain, a pain in the, suppose my shoulder is paining, example. Okay. At the shoulder pain, if I take a painkiller, what is going to happen is the pain is going to go. Maybe for 4 hours, for 8 hours, for 12 hours, depending on the painkiller, right?
Correct.
But then we need to understand any pain in the body, any pain for that matter, is not a disease. See, pain is just a symptom, isn't it? Pain is the body's language. म्हणजे माझी body मला सांगते की इकडे लक्ष दे. You know, it is just the body's language to tell you that just लक्ष दे इकडे, do something about this. So in homeopathy, you can't give something to, just cut off the pain. You can't shut up the pain. You have to understand why the pain is happening. You go to the root, try and understand why it is happening. Medicine works on that root cause of pain, not on the pain. Pain is not the disease. Example, swelling is not a disease. It could be because of some other reason. So in homeopathy, there is always an attempt to go beyond the symptom. As in allopathy, we normally see that we elevate our symptoms, we feel better. But sometimes it's temporary and sometimes it's only just control. But in homeopathy, this difference is there. So you have pricked me on a very sensitive point. I can go on and on. That's why I said I need to stop.
I remember when I had gone to homeopathy doctor years back, and kasha karta गेलेली, that also I don't remember. But doctor was asking me, तुला राग येतो का? तुला अमकं होतं का? तुला, and I'm wondering what has my, राग येणं got to do with my whatever, it was like, whatever.
Individualization म्हणतात.
Now when you're saying individualization, now it is occurring to me that, the reason for all those questions were personal level questions were because they wanted to categorize me, individualize me, and think, what is kind of treatment that they would have given me. But really, absolutely, at that point of time, I was saying, what is this waste of time? How is it concerned? Me, now, why is he rubbing me on the wrong side for that? As a lay person, we think of it like that. But
it also means that you had been to a right homeopath, whoever it was. It is very important. because unfortunately, when there is a science and when it grows and becomes popular, any of them or any art or science or business, there are so many people who want to budge in, come in and do their kind of stuff. But this is one of the signs that your homeopath should be very clear and very should thoroughly and in detail understand you. That is first line of understanding that you are at the right place. Yes. And secondly, what I want to add is, so good you told about this thing, that you had an experience of why the homeopathy is asking of the mind. So again, there is one important thing which I missed when you asked me what is homeopathy. This is very important, that homeopathy is one of the medical sciences, rather the only medical science which considers the mind of a person. No other science, all other sciences do have a mention. Of course, mind is a part of the whole body. That is always be considered. But homeopathy considers mind of an extreme importance. Because, and now, homeopathy is 200 years old. Now the scientists have come up with a theory that most of the diseases, जे आपण 90-95% जे आपले diseases आहेत, they are psychosomatic. It is mind to body. Isn't it? Now, if you see, काल मला, suppose I am working in an office, काल मला माझ्या बॉसने माझा insult केला. Something went wrong. Something, एका डॉटर इन लॉला तिच्या मदर इन लॉनी काहीतरी बोलली, इन्सल्ट झाला. हे आपल्या एन्व्हायरमेंट मध्ये होणाऱ्या गोष्टी आहेत. किंवा स्कूल स्टुडंट वॉज scolded by his teacher for not doing his homework, or he was punished in front of everybody, he was insulted. अशा ज्या काही छोट्या छोट्या गोष्टी रोज होतात, that can lead to little illnesses. It could be a headache, it could be some breathlessness, some pain. So now they are saying that 95% of our illnesses are from mind to body, and homeopathy, this is where homeopathy comes into play, because we would want to know ki काय झालं होतं. That's why I mentioned that cold to cancer, which means cold असेल तर the emotion is recent, cancer असेल तर the emotion is very old. 25 years I am not talking to my brother, 30 years court case चालू आहे, constant emotional breakdown, थोड़ा, you never know, it might cause a cancer. So homeopathy is one of the sciences which considers this emotional part, which is now come up very strongly. That's why the homeopathy want to know ki what is going on at your emotional plane. That is another reason. Go on. आवाज गेला. Sorry, we can't hear you.
Thank you so much for the answer. I said I got a little bit of clarity now about, and when you understand things from this persptive and when you start looking at them from the right perspective, ना, तुमचा विश्वास पण जास्ती दृढ होत जातो त्या गोष्टींवरती की yes, I think this is the right thing. This is something that we should really look at. So that way. My next question to any one of you can answer is, what are these homeopathy drugs? ह्या छोट्या छोट्या गोळ्या खायला इतक्या गोड वाटतात ना, म्हणजे असं कधी बातमी ठेवली असेल तर मी तर येता जाता जिरा गोळी खातात तशी खाऊ शकते. So what are these drugs made of?
Also from this साबुदाण्याच्या गोळ्या. Most commonly.
त्याचे सोर्सेस तुम्ही विचारता, राईट? सोर्स म्हणजे कुठून?
येस येस येस.
मेन सोर्स त्यांचे प्लांट्स आहे, अॅनिमल्स आहेत अँड मिनरल्स आहेत सगळ्याकडून. प्लांट्स तर आपण प्लांट्सचा प्रत्येक भाग घेतो, त्याच्यातलं बार्क, त्याच्यातलं फ्लावर, बर्ड, एव्हरीथिंग, रूट. वी प्रिपेअर मेडिसिन्स फ्रॉम ईच अँड एव्हरी पार्ट ऑफ द प्लांट. Animals also like snake, spider, even snake venom.
Snake poisons are
Snake venom पासून पण आपण होमिओपॅथिक मेडिसिन्स प्रिपेअर करतो, राईट? नंतर मिनरल्स, इवन आपले मेटल्स, नॉन मेटल्स लाईक गोल्ड, प्लॅटिनम, सिल्वर, ह्याच्यापासून पण होमिओपॅथिक मेडिसिन्स बनतात. सो पण हे जस्ट असं आहे. मग नंतर आपण त्याचे प्रोसिजर आहे, खूप मोठी प्रोसिजर आहे ती, लाईक but this is the basic source of homeopathic medicine. So all comes from nature.
There is a process called potentization. A process है potentization. Now there are different processes by which the medicine is processed, but most importantly, if you see why homeopathy is criticized, homeopathy, the criticism comes is very strong. If you check कि homeopathy च्या बाबतीत there are so many misconceptions and myths and facts which have been turned and twisted for a long number of years. म्हणजे आता homeopathy is almost 200 years. It's not a very ancient science. If you see, it's just 200, 250 years old. So maybe a few years back, 25, 30, 40 years back, nobody knew about homeopathy. Atta it has become popular. You find a homeopath in every lane, So with all these things happening, कसं झालंय, there is one thing, homeopathic medicine is very easy to take, as you rightly said. There are little small pills. You need not take water. You just can pop those pills. There are no side effects, no restrictions.
Very easy to carry.
Very easy to carry, economical. And I believe that logically आपण असं म्हणतो की एखादी गोष्ट जर चांगली असेल किंवा एखादं सायन्स किंवा एखादी वस्तू जर उपयोगी असेल आणि ती खरंच it is making a difference in people's lives, then it has to stay. It has to become more popular. It has to grow. That is true with homeopathy. In the last 30-40 years, पहिले homeopathy nobody knew. Now there are homeopaths everywhere. You would want to find one homeopath, you go to Marine Lines. एकदम ancient homeopaths, Parsi homeopaths, one. But आता you find a homeopath everywhere. This is a proof that this science, how it has benefited people. That is a proof that why so many homeopaths are taking it up, because people are liking it. Somewhere homeopathy has made a place in people's hearts. And as far as
impact on them also.
Yes.
Impacted, cured them, made an impact. So
absolutely. So in spite of all the criticism and all the issues, the science has come up and the proof is in front of you. Okay.
Yeah, obviously. And I'm listening to things like gold and silver and all of that. And in that, in all that, if you look at the cost of medicines, they're not really, not that much. It's affordable, sort of. It's an affordable.
Yeah, it's affordable. Yeah. That is one of the. It is very economical. Homeopathy is extremely economical. आता तुम्हाला असं डोक्यात प्रश्न पडला असेल की गोल्ड आणि सिल्वर आहे, मग एवढं इकॉनॉमिकल कसं? Obviously, right? So now you need to. I'll just add a few things. Just one important.
I would add platinum also is there. Yeah.
We are missing your. Are you getting muted?
Yeah, I was getting muted because in between I'm coughing, so I'm finding it a little embarrassing actually.
No, that's okay. So, what I want to add now is that there is a process called potentization. I lost my track and I was telling you the other thing. So, let me explain you in a very simple fashion. आता कसं आहे की when you say gold, for example, आता ॲलोपॅथी मध्ये आणि now so many people ask what is the difference between Ayurveda and Homeopathy. That is the homeopathy. That is one of the very commonly asked questions. So,
Yes.
so this answer what I'm giving you will, both the questions will be answered. The doubt will be clear. So what happens is, Ayurveda is a Sanskrit, is an Indian science. It was the most ancient science on the planet. Ayurveda is the first medicine. So it is a superb science, undoubtedly. And आता जी medicines Ayurveda मध्ये आहेत, Ayurveda most of the literature is in Sanskrit. Most rather 100% literature in Sanskrit because the reason why rishis and Vedas are on those times. So in Ayurveda also there is gold. त्याला सुवर्ण भस्म म्हणतात. They directly pound gold and they put the gold powder inside and they have their own method of prescribing it. They have their own technique. But sometimes what happens that sometimes these heavy metals get lodged in certain organs. We have at times when these things happen. It doesn't happen actually if it is done correctly. But as I told you, there are some unwanted elements which try to pick up these things. So these issues come because in Ayurveda and homeopathy, so many medicines are similar. Ata ashwagandha plant hai. Ashwagandha is there in Ayurveda. In Germany also the same plant is there in homeopathy, but it is in German language. So the botanical name will be in Germany. The plant is same. Now what is different is the preparation of medicines. For example, ashwagandha leaf, if you pound, make a powder and give it to the patient, that is Ayurveda because they need the whole source of that plant. Now in homeopathy, the difference is, if you see, आपण पूर्वी ट्रेन मध्ये आता 2 वर्ष कोणी ट्रेन मधनं गेलंच नाही 1-1.5 वर्षात. पूर्वी in the olden times, even in Mumbai, you would find people जे असं हातावर तपकीर घ्यायचे आणि असं करायचे. And they used to ते फूक मारायचे. And then a certain part of wood it flow away and थोडंसं राहायचं. So every time they did this फूक मारायचे and then last ला छोटासा particle राहायचा. Alright? They used to, we have even now we have आता कमी झाले ते because of we have a civilized lifestyle now. But they do this. तर ही जी process आहे ना, this is potentization, where the actual substance is going away. Actual crude substance, what is remaining is little milligram of a thing, but that thing is extremely potent. It is very powerful, and then they put that inside, and then it is like fuel for them. Of course, it's not a good habit, but just to give you an example. So homeopathic medicine is made by this. If you 100 times, if you magnify this volume of this, what I told you, this is how homeopathic medicine is made. So the actual crude element comes to a very, 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 very minimal decimal, but the nanoparticle or the power goes on increasing. The power increases. The crude particle goes on decreasing, and that is why homeopathy comes under criticism. तुम्ही म्हणता की हे गोल्ड आहे, ह्याच्यामध्ये गोल्ड कुठे आहे? But the gold won't be visible to any chemical test because it is only that nanoparticle, and that is the reason it doesn't cause a side effect. Right? So this I just wanted to add for whatever you said.
So many new things we are getting to here, and what you said is right. I remember in my young days, if you had to find and we were staying in Andheri, but if you had to find a homeopath, you would find it somewhere not before Dadar. Then Dadar, Makute Grand Road la kodi hai, koditari tikde to hala hai, Marine Lines, as you rightly said. But it was not very easy to find a homeopath at that point of time.
Absolutely.
And this what I'm talking about, not really very long, but just hardly about 30-40 years back.
Absolutely.
But it was really, but now it is, I think, people have started realizing the importance of this science, and a lot of people are also, moving from allopathy to homeopathy because of the risk of side effects of the allopathy medicines and all that. So people find it more safer with the homeopathy thing, and that's how they've started moving towards.
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah. That is how you look at the analysis. Right?
Yes. Yes. So you're talking about the analysis. So from the word analysis, I have this question for you. So what is the share of homeopathy medicine in total medicine? म्हणजे आता आयुर्वेद आहे, आपल्या ॲलोपॅथी तर आहेच आहे, युनानी आहे, बाकी पण काही ऑल्टरनेटिव्ह मेडिसिन्स अमकं लोकांचं चाललेलंच असतं. तर ह्या सगळ्याच्या याच्यामध्ये होमिओपॅथीचा किती शेअर आहे साधारण आपल्या मेडिकल सिस्टम मध्ये ओव्हरऑल?
You want to answer this?
Actually, homeopathy WHO च्या अकॉर्डिंग सेकंड लार्जेस्ट प्रॅक्टिसिंग सिस्टम आहे.
ओके, सेकंड लार्जेस्ट.
आणि 82 कंट्रीज मध्ये होमिओपॅथी प्रॅक्टिस केलं जातं.
ओके, 82 कंट्रीज
होमिओपॅथी प्रॅक्टिस केलं जातं.
कंट्रीज मध्ये पण वापरलं जातं हे, वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज.
Yes. In Europe also.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
सगळे
So they
The most,
also आपल्याकडे जसे y'all are qualified homeopaths तसे त्यांच्याकडे पण असतील ना डिग्रीज आणि
no,
एज्युकेशन.
yeah, even they have, even the Western countries have homeopathic universities, and initially only a few countries were allowing homeopathy as a legalized to practice homeopathy or homeopathy as a science. Now, but more than half of the world, as Roshni mentioned, more than 82 countries is what we are coming to know today. Since it's World Homeopathic Day, we have got all the statistics every year. It keeps increasing. So that's the number of countries who are allowing now. Of course, there's a lot of, because since it's a orthodox science, since it's an old science, and as I told you, there are so many misconception, facts, and twisted things, and there's a lot of pharma load. There's a lot of big business, because of which there are certain oppositions, restrictions by certain countries. There is so much lobbying around the world. As I told you, as you rightly said, it's a very economical thing. In today's world, economic things are not allowed to thrive, because somebody's
I
business gets
understand.
spoiled. So we are spoilers for so many people in that in that concern, because but now things are in the Middle East, for example. In the Middle East, homeopathy was not allowed, but say a 4, 5, 5, 6 years back, homeopathy is now completely legalized and you're allowed to practice. The only thing is that you need to pass their courses and legalize and according to their requirements of qualification to practice as a homeopath. That is quite common with any
Yeah,
other
of course,
science.
with every profession it's
Yeah.
True,
So
true, true. Chalo, Roshni, how about going and studying for homeopathy in UAE again and
yeah,
you said
sounds like a good idea. That's good.
have our next Dubai trip at your place in Dubai. No, no, you're
let's
doing very well here, and we want you all here as doctors. So you have already said in your bio, I've already, while introducing you, I have said that homeopathy cures from cold to cancer. So can you give me a little brief or just about how it helps in curing cancer, or how does it take? How much time does it take? Because one more thing about homeopathy that is often spoken is होमिओपॅथीचा म्हणजे औषधांचा हे थोडा स्लो होतो इफेक्ट. ॲलोपॅथी कसं तुम्ही क्रोसिन घेतला ताप उतरला ठणठणीत, बट मे बी when you take homeopathy medicines it will take about a day or two. It will get cured, but it will take a little time. त्याच्यामुळे cancer and all these things are people want immediate instant kind of remedy, की बरं व्हायला पाहिजे वगैरे. So how is homeopathy helping in these diseases? And
right
why
now,
should one prefer homeopathy over allopathy for these kind of diseases?
yeah. I'll try to answer. Now the thing is that there is, as you rightly said, कौन है? Second. As you rightly said, that people want things fast. Now we are in this modern age, and slow things are not acceptable. But homeopathy as a science is, as I told you, there are a lot of misconception and wrong things which are spread about homeopathy. It is one of the fastest sciences. Trust me, it is not slow. But somehow there is a understanding, or somehow it is been conceptualized.
Misconception आहे का हे?
Misconception आहे की लोकांच्या माइंड मध्ये असं झालंय की homeopathy is only for chronic diseases. Because if we are thriving for 21 years, it means that if my patient, we have chronic cases, and the same patient comes with a breathing attack, or for example, now we have so many patients in COVID, we are seeing countless patients in the last 1 year. Now you can't expect me to give them medicine which will cure them after 10 days or 8 days or 15 days. No, that's not possible. So there are different medications. I mean, if there is one chronic part where you have the chronic medicines to act, and then there are medicines where you need to act immediately. There is a acute situation, you need to respond. So times are changing, and if people in today's world, people are not going to accept if things are slow and they are taking time. So the answer lies within that if there are so many homeopaths who are serving so many people,
Yes.
it means that they must be definitely, as we see in our clinics, we give some medicine and the patient had a breathless attack. By the time he reaches home, he's all right in 15
It's
minutes.
all right.
That fast homeopathic medicine works. But
Yes.
as I told you,
Yeah.
that it's not about suppressing symptoms or elevating symptoms. You need to hit the root cause. So maybe a painkiller will give you 90% relief for 4 hours. Maybe my medicine will give you 50% relief in pain. but that will last for a long time, because it has hit the reason of the pain, the root of the pain, not the pain. That's the difference. But it will definitely elevate you. असं नाही होणार की मी असं म्हणून चालणार नाही ना, मी रूट कॉज बरं करतोय आणि तू पेन मध्ये राहा, असं म्हणून चालणार नाही. It will bring it down to an acceptable level where you will be able to tolerate it, but then root level hit होणार, right? And then the next question you asked me was about cancer, right? Now
कॅन्सर जास्ती डेडली आपण म्हणतो तो.
Cancer is one of the diseases. There are so many other autoimmune conditions, so many of them जे इनक्युरेबल ज्याला आपण म्हणतो. आता असं बघायला गेलं ना, तर जिथे मॉडर्न मेडिसिन एखाद्या गोष्टीला इनक्युरेबल म्हणतं ना, त्या पॉइंटला आमचं काम चालू होतं. Because most of the patients who come to us with a hopeless situation that there is no medicine for this, or it's surgical. Then they think that this is the time to go for homeopathy. This is another sad thing, because people come to us at such a situation. If we always feel ki अरे थोडं अगोदर आला असता, थोडं सुरुवातीला आला असतं, we could have helped you faster, you know. So these are real obstacles of giving faster results. आणि काय होतं कॅन्सर मध्ये कसं आहे की, लेट मी टेल यू की कॅन्सर as per se we call it a disease, but for me असं म्हणेन की कॅन्सर, if you see in the later stages, like third or fourth stage, I don't want to boast by saying that in final stages you can cure cancer. No, it's not possible. So in final stages, when the cancer gets very bad, what happens is people who are on modern medication, most of the time jata apan bagto, they are on heavy painkillers, then they go in tubes, and then they go on catheters, and then the rise tube. There's so many things which you need to do. So the quality of life, जेवढं पण लाईफ उरलंय, समजा आता या कॅन्सरच्या टर्मिनल स्टेजला पेशंट आहे, तर आपल्याला कळलंय की ही इज नॉट गोइंग टू सर्व्हाइव्ह फॉर अनदर 1 month 2 months or 3 months. असं होतं मोस्ट कधी त्या कॅन्सरच्या लेटर स्टेजेस मध्ये. सो इन दोज केसेस what we can do as a homeopath, or what homeopathy does, is it improves the quality of your remaining life. Whatever life is left, 2 महिने उरलेत ना, homeopathy can give you quality life. It can make you drug free. You know, I won't boast by saying that you will cure him and he will become absolutely all right. Probably that's not possible. But I can tell you there are cases who are told that you are going to succumb in so many months, or he will die in so many months. But on homeopathic medicine, they lived for a long time. They were comfortable. The quality of life improved. They didn't become vegetable. I had patients who have written letters of appreciation to me. You know what happened was they knew that they are going to do. I knew that they are going to do, because cancer in terminal stage is not curable. Let's not unnecessarily do a wrong boasting. So you give them medicine, and they sit up, they eat by themselves, you know, and they pass off in a very peaceful way. So rather than curing, you can give them quality life. That is also extremely important. And in the initial stages, yes, why not? If the patient is young, if his immunity is good, you know, if it is not very extensive, of course homeopathy can reverse the situation. We keep doing that. So I don't want to make a flat statement that you take homeopathy and cancer will be cured. No, there are ifs and buts. There are certain limitations, but the scope is unbelievable. It is huge. It is just like you must try a proper homeopathy in any of your we call autoimmune or incurable or cancer-like situations. I stamp my foot and I tell you with confidence that consult a good homeopath, and life will be comfortable for you and your loved ones, for sure. Okay, so
And
that's
what about lifestyle diseases ज्या आहेत आपल्या सगळ्या डायबिटीज आपल्या ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टींकरता, how is homeopathy helping those patients?
You want to answer this? Lifestyle diseases मध्ये कसं आहे ना, the lifestyle diseases today forms the major part of the entire disease range, whatever we suffer from in cities especially. Now I would like to just enlighten a few things, causes. Number 1 is your diet. Number 2 is your activity, and number 3 is your stress management. These 3 things cause 70% of the diseases what we suffer in cities. In villages मध्ये मी नाही म्हणत आहे, but disease is more in cities only. Villages are by far more healthier than us today. They sleep on time, they eat on time, they eat the right thing. Of course, villagers are also getting spoiled because of us, and we are getting spoiled because of the Western influence. But the whole idea is की 70% आपल्या illness reason from cold to cancer is solely because of our day-to-day activities. And that is quite self-explanatory. वेळेवर खाणं, वेळेवर जेवणं, वेळेवर वजन control करणं, sedentary lifestyles, posture of looking at the tabs and laptops and Netflixes or whatever. So all this is adding up to a huge percentage. And this is when homeopathy comes in play, because as I told you, homeopathy doesn't go and aggressively try to change things. थोडंसं औषध जाऊन फक्त तुमच्या इम्युनिटीला ट्रिगर करता, and then things are in their place. You just don't have to take a strong course of antibiotic for 4 days. Then you will also need a painkiller, and then because of those two are causing an acidity, you will also need an antacid, and then you will have other vitamins. No, you don't need that. You just take some simple little pills and things should settle down. So, असं आहे ते. That's it. It's quite a huge percentage of patients what we see are because of lifestyle things, and lifestyle correction is important. And lifestyle correction takes care of it, and whatever remaining part you can gently manage with homeopathy always. And of course, see, when I am talking about allopathy, those who are believers or those who are following allopathy, don't feel offended. Allopathy is a wonderful science. We need it, because without, every science has its own limitation. It is also a beautiful science. And प्रत्येक सायन्सचे आपापले एक लाईन्स आहेत जिथपर्यंत ते ऍप्लिकेबल आहे. But the whole idea is कि the lesser you use, the better you are, the healthier you remain, and the good thing is that we see in so many cases that there is so much resistance coming because of people are overtaking certain medicines. They directly go to the chemist or directly buy medicines from outside, which is a wrong habit. So the lesser you take, it will be more useful in bad times. असं पण आहे ना, if you're not taking it, it will be of real use. So let us not pop too much pills all the time, and try other means which are safer and little gentle and little economical also, as you said.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Yeah, lifestyle. I mean, it's really corrections in lifestyle is something I think that is really essential. And me,
for example, lockdown. Lockdown is the best example of lifestyle diseases. 70-80% of people have gained weights. Weight gain is one of the major issues in lockdown. Major. People are now moving out and they are feeling breathless and they are panting because they have lost the habit to do any kind of activity. They are watching physical exertion is missing from their lives because we have been put in such a situation. And people are watching overnight. They are till night. They are watching.
I was coming to that, just now. I had a meeting in the morning at 9:15. So we have this meeting every Saturday at 9:15. It's one forum. And then, suddenly there was a discussion about sleeping. So a lot of people started saying, 3 baje soya ho yaar, iske liye nahi uth paya. So I got up and I've come and all that. So people had all shut their videos and they didn't want to show their faces because they were all awake. And then most of us realized that, most of us are doing that. So we decided, why not we have a meeting at 4 a.m. At least for meeting hone ke baad to hum so sakte hain.
That's a good idea.
If we are all awake, we should have a meeting at 4 p.m. And जो जल्दी उठते हैं वो तो वैसे भी 4-4:30 बजे तो उठ ही जाते हैं. So we can have a meeting in the morning.
I know, super. Because अभी से ज़्यादा alert रहेंगे 4 बजे.
I know. I'm sure. Somebody like me would definitely be.
Yeah. That is happening. That is happening big time.
Yeah, I think
our human body is such a unit that it has amazing adaptive capabilities. That is the reason we are able to take all this. But then sometimes it goes beyond that threshold. Yeah, all of us, especially the teens and the young generation today.
Yes.
That is we are solely surviving because of our body's adaptive mechanism. So that has to be appreciated.
I'm sure.
Yes.
We spoke about during COVID times. So tell us how homeopathy has helped during COVID times. So before you start, I just want to give you all one example of my own self. So I went through COVID, and but mine was a very mild attack that way, if you go to see. Of course, it was detected a little late, so that's the reason why I suffered for 10 days with mild fever. And that's what, put me into panic because we were not able to figure out. I had done a test once which had come negative. So we were not able to figure out what is happening to me, whether it is dengue, malaria. We went on to typhoid test, medicine started, but with all of that, 10 days, I was not really on any kind of COVID medication, but yet it was, very mild. And somewhere I owe it, or somewhere I would say that, I had taken arsenic, uh, that you all had sent. So somewhere
Thank you very much.
that gave me, probably that gave me, the immunity, that
Yes,
the virus, if I have contracted it from someone,
100% it gave you that immunity.
Yes.
yeah,
I
because
can say
virus,
you after distributing 1 lakh bottles. That's why I'm so sure.
yes, yes, and because the virus, if I had the contract, I will contract. It is going to come. If I have come in contact with the virus, it is going to contact. But how it will react on me will depend on the immunity that I have, and I feel that, that helped me at that
Yes,
particular point of time.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
yes, and that's the reason why I'm calling you a power couple. Now, do you get me? What is the
So now,
reason?
now we got it. That's
The word power couple that I've been
How
using.
will give you the corona?
no, you are already powerful.
Yeah.
So that's what you have done to the society. You said you have sold. You have not sold because,
You are
that
not sold.
not
No.
sold. You have distributed, I would say.
Yes, yes.
Why?
No, I'll tell
Why?
you. No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened. I'll answer your question. You yourself have answered your question
Yeah.
about arsenic. So you have the answer
Not
lies within
arsenic, about homeopathy.
about the answer lies within your question. Thank you so much for giving credit to arsenic. But I can assure you, yes, it was because of arsenic. Now, why I'm telling so? Now, what happened was when the COVID thing started. Now, homeopathy is known to work in epidemics. ही आत्ताची गोष्ट नाही आहे. In the past, there were cholera epidemics, huge epidemics, and homeopathy has done a wonderful job. But now, in today's world, because of social media, because of WhatsApp, Facebook, and Netflix, and all those things, people are quite connected on the social media. And a little sneeze also becomes viral. This is the situation today. So, what has happened is that has indirectly helped homeopathy in COVID. Now, there is a ministry. Now, this is also important. You should know there is a ministry in our Indian ministry. There is a ministry called Ayush. Now, Ayush stand for AY is Ayurveda, U is Unani, S is Siddha, that is also a system of medicine, and H is homeopathy. So all these alternative systems of medicine, they have coined this term in one this thing called Ayush, the Ayush Ministry of Homeopathy, which is now formed and which is government is now propagating all our regional and cultural medicines to benefit people. And that this is how things are coming. Homeopathy is one of the major contributors in all these systems. So now what Ayush, one good thing Ayush Ministry has done this time is they have officially declared Arsenicum album 30 as a preventive medicine in COVID. That is one wonderful thing they did, because problem is homeopathy is good, it helps, it is economical, everything is fine. But when it comes to official announcement, then the problem starts at the ministry level or at the administrative level. But this is the first time in 100, 200 years that Indian government has come forward and boldly the Ayush Ministry has said that yes, take arsenic 30. That gave strength to us, because we were officially allowed. Otherwise, it becomes a problem. It might be illegal. It might people not be agreeing to that. So because of that, thanks to them and thanks to the Indian ministry, because of them, we persuaded the local BMC authorities. म्हणजे आपलं जे अख्खं BMC unit आहे मुंबईचं, बृहन्मुंबई महानगरपालिका, we are also thankful to them. And we rather picked up the opportunity and we took up the huge responsibility of distributing 1 lakh bottles of arsenic 30 to the entire BMC machinery. In fact, we were the first group who went and approached to the BMC office at Lower Parel, and they heeded to our request that let's do it, and they took that decision. So I appreciate them also. And then we made a pool of 100 doctors during that COVID times. We gathered them, me, my friend Dr. Roshani, my wife, my friend Dr. Menon, and Dr. Hemlata. All of us and we have an organization called HHF. I must mention here by the name of Handyman Homeopathic Forum, which is at Thane, which is run by Dr. Milind Rao, late Dr. Milind Rao. He is our guru. He has passed away. But then there are so many others of my friends whom we are taking the legacy ahead. So we distributed these bottles to the entire BNC machinery, right from the doctor working in the ICU in the hospital, to the morgues, to the mortuaries, to the ward boys, sisters, everybody, to the cemeteries, to the entire BMC staff. and they readily took it, and happily they welcomed us to all the hospitals we roamed during those times. And it was first time in the history of homeopathy that this has happened. And the way you experience what you said, that though you got COVID, it was not that bad. You didn't run into complications. Similarly, we were told by thousands of other homes we distributed, we got a feedback. We are on the verge of doing a clinical research. It's always a काम. So that's the scientific part. But I need to mention this because this is a landmark in the history of homeopathy. And after that सांगायची important गोष्ट ही आहे की arsenic 30 is just a preventive thing. Once you become positive, then you have to go back to the process of individualization. जे मगाशी आपण बोललो की आपला प्रत्येक पेशंटला अंडरस्टँड करावं लागेल की त्याची नीड काय आहे. So this we have been doing on our basis because we have our patients also, in spite of this charitable work what we did for the propagation of homeopathy.
Correct.
I am taking at least now, this second wave is bad, so at least 5 to 7 patients daily I am seeing. So what we do is we take cases on video and send medicine by courier to their homes. Or we have people in hospitals where sometimes patients are admitted, so we try to contact them, let us know what is happening, and try to see to it that they are given medicinal doses in the hospital, in the ICUs. I am practically giving from Pune, Mumbai, everywhere in hospitals. I am putting doses. Now homeopathy, I need to clarify again. There is shouldn't be a medical legal issue. It is allowed by the ministry as an adjuvant therapy to the ongoing allopathic treatment. You know, आता सुरुवातीला तुम्ही बोललात की this is a very complex thing. This is getting very complex. So this is it. Homeopathy as a supportive therapy to the ongoing, because the allopaths and the hospital people and the BMC is also doing a wonderful job. I mean, whatever they are doing is amazing. The kind of treatment they are giving. So all that is also needed. But homeopathy as an adjuvant therapy it's giving amazing results. So this is what is happening in COVID and homeopathy, to tell you. Okay.
I wanted to make that a point, and that's why I said let people also understand that I feel it has helped for me. So if others can take benefit, they should definitely take benefit. And like you're saying, it's really too much.
Yeah.
So it can just go on and on because it's not a small subject; it's a very vast subject, and you both are so much passionate about it that you all can go on and on and on and answer all of us. So now let me ask you all a little personal questions. And now this is both of you all will have to answer separately. How did each one of you? How did you decide to chose homeopathy? To be your profession. So how? Why did it come to your mind that?
Ladies.
Roshni, ladies first.
असं का म्हणजे I really don't know तुला बोलत पहिले यार just think of it.
She wants to so maybe
Actually, see, to be very fair and frank to this question, let me be very clear that homeopathy, as I told you, 25 years probably we took to college to homeopathy. It's been almost 25 years now, and 25 years homeopathy as a science was not very popular. Nobody knew about homeopathy. Even we as students, maybe when we passed out, we never knew about homeopathy. But then we wanted to become a doctor. We wanted to enter the medical field, and it's not easy entering a medical field without a medical background. Now, nobody in our family is a doctor, so we had this hard desire to enter the medical field. And during those times, we didn't have a choice to so many different kinds of professions which we have now. So homeopathy was not that popular. But then what happened was we got admission into homeopathy, and we were fortunate that we joined the college. And today, when after so many years, we don't repent or we don't reproach our decision. In fact, we are proud. I am absolutely proud that we are in a profession where every patient is different. Daily we have some new adventure. You don't have to refer patients because it's a serious issue. You refer to somebody. No, every patient from, as I told you, C to C, cold to cancer, is going to be managed by me. I'm confident. I'll tell my patients, nothing to worry. I'm going to handle it. So that is the kind of confidence, and that is the kind of proud feeling the science gave to us. So yes, it was not by choice. It was by chance. If you ask me, let me be very clear. So that I think she will agree with the answer.
Yeah.
But then when today's children who are passing out their 12th standard sciences are very fortunate that homeopathy is now a very recognized science. It is very popular and it is very much acceptable than what it was in those times.
Now also it's very difficult to get admissions in
I was
homeopathic.
just going to say that, but it's not easy to get admission.
Yeah, it's very difficult nowadays to get
In
admissions.
previous times, what used to happen was a lot of girls used to go to homeopathy college. Many females, the only reason what is that they would get good husbands because
Doctor tag.
because you will get a doctor tag, no? Because doing MBBS or doing MD is quite expensive and it's not easy. Even in those times, the colleges were very less. Now, though, at least there are more colleges. And then the parents would think that let's get our daughter admitted to homeopathy college, so she will get a doctor tag and she will get a nice husband. So that was the purpose. But now times have changed and people are choosing homeopathy as a profession.
But now we are extremely happy, satisfied.
Yes. And
That
now
we
we
have
don't.
chosen this profession.
Yes.
We can make that out from the passion, the way you are talking about the profession. We can make that out, and because
You are
said,
good at making out so many things. You have to learn from you also.
No, and because you mentioned about girls going into this profession, I would just like to quickly share my experience on.
Sorry.
something related to-
Just a moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to take this. Just hello.
Yes.
Ah.
Doctors.
Sachin. Hello. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Sonal. Continue. Yes.
I was managing a paramedical college at Kohinoor, and actually I am not from science background also. Just because I have been working in Kohinoor for a very long time, I was entrusted this opportunity, and at first when I was given this opportunity, I didn't even know how to spell pathology, how to spell radiology, anesthesia, and optometry, and all. I didn't know how to even spell all of that. But I was given this opportunity, and that's the time when we came across one gentleman. He's a Mohammedan gentleman, and he came and he told us, so we were thinking of where we get the students from. So that is the time he told us that, you know what, girls from our religion mainly go for these courses. Girls. Don't go after boys. Go and give this information to girls from our religion. He was a Mohammedan and he told us that. And at one point of time, my college or my class used to look like a women's college, and a lot of them, with those burqas and all, because first of all, the college was also in Kurla, so a lot. But it used to look like a women's college, So now what you're saying, and of course now this is a different generation that we are talking about. 25 years back it was different. But now these girls had all, they were educated about, yes, what this thing is, what paramedicals is all about, and they had come by choice. Okay, अगर हम डॉक्टर नहीं बन सके तो हमको मेडिकल में ही कुछ करना है, तो हम टेक्नीशियन ही क्यों ना बने. So they had that desire, So this what you're saying, I could resonate with that very much. So good that we got two excellent doctors, because whether it was choice or chance, we got two excellent doctors.
Thank you so much.
So to end this, before we end this, one very critical question. Now, good that both of you are from the same profession, so you understand each other's things. What is the life of a homeopath doctor? How would you explain the life of a homeopath doctor?
Since I told you that we deal with people's minds, and most of our history taking is about knowing people. So and it is about curing, not symptoms, but the actual root cause of the disease. It gives an immense amount of satisfaction and peace, because the patients which are cured by homeopathy have a altogether a different level of feeling which I cannot express in words. But it's a good, peaceful, nice, amazing feeling to be a homeopath, because it's not monotonous. The most important part of it, it's
every
not
day is
monotonous.
different.
And then you,
and innovative.
yes, every day you have to think of different ideas. 4,000 plus medicines, thousands of pages of literature. You have to just zoom in. In the initial times, there used to be a comedy serial, that Sardarji, I forgot his name, who was very famous in doing comics.
Zaban Sambal.
Even Sardarji, who used to do solo performances, solo comedy, solo Jaspal Bhatti, you remember, in our time. So he would mock a homeopath. He would show a homeopath doctor with 100 books, and the homeopath is not visible behind him. So the patient would come in the clinic and ask, "Arey, Doctor Sahab, aap kahan ho?" The homeopathy would be behind the books, in our times. So when we joined homeopathy, we said, "My God, what is this?" I mean, this is very embarrassing. Because he used to do real life comics. What was true, he used to do that. So, but then now what has happened is there are softwares with one click you can go through 300 books in a minute. I get a filter, but still it's challenging, and it's good because homeopathy is not a lazy man's profession. You can't be lazy. You have, as you said, you should be innovative, you should be thinking, you should be applying your mind. And to understand a person's mind, you have to be interactive. You have to know everything around you to understand a person. It's not easy, because people have 90% of the people, a person only speaks lies. Sorry to go off the topic, but this is about psychology. A person in a given opportunity will always try to speak a lie when you asked about him. It may be anything, in general also or otherwise also. That is our basic human mind tendency. So to find out the truth behind his words, to read between the lines, there are so many things which are going on, which do not look like a science where you seen a disease and given some pill to pop. No, it's not. Doesn't end there. So there are so many things involved. And the most interesting part is you come to know about the secrets of people.
I'm not coming to yours.
No?
I have a lot of secrets.
Yes, but
लोकांना आमच्याबरोबर बोलून एक वेगळं सॅटिस्फॅक्शन मिळतं.
But if you are not sharing your secrets to anybody and keeping it to yourself, that is not good. You do come and say it is 100% professional confidential assurance. So no, that is not.
If we are not sharing, the information that we should be sharing, then you will not really be able to give us the right treatment.
Perfect.
Yes.
Because you will not be able to do that individualization. I have liked that word so much.
Individualization. Yes.
You will not be able to do that, and then you will not be able to treat us properly. So it doesn't make sense.
Yes. Sonal, I appreciate you. I like the way you perceive things from people who speak over here. That's amazing. Amazing. So one facet of you is known to me now. So God bless you. You never get a disease and never would want to come to me. But if it's required, I am ready. So
Definitely, I have to come. There is a lot that is happening. So no matter, I don't mind sharing the secrets, but I want to get cured of those things first.
No. You are extremely positive, versatile, and this is a very good thing you are doing. Actually, you are passing on nice information to. And I like the thing what you told me in the morning. What you said. We had a very short conversation. We are busy now because this COVID times. It's a bad situation for us. But you told a very nice thing, that you are providing platform to a certain level of people who might not be able to get that platform. That's a very, very nice thing you're doing, because what happens is the mediocre things are always missed. Either you go for the most lowermost level of the society, or highermost. So that's a nice gesture from your side. That is really appreciable. Very good.
So that's always been my motto. That we have to provide platform to people who we know, because there are thousands of homeopathy doctor, like you said, and there are thousands of people who will be talking today, and not that you all are not talking. You all also will be talking at different forums at different things. But rather than going and running around or chasing celebrities, it's always good to come to your own people and ask them if they can share some information for the rest of the people who are going to view us and watch us. That's the reason why I approached you all, and I'm so grateful. And this was such a lovely talk. It was such a lovely talk. I really
Thank you so much. We are also extremely grateful and absolutely privileged
We enjoyed this talk.
Part of your talk show. It was a different experience, because we have on and on experience to interact only on scientific basis as doctors. So it's quite some only sometimes acquaintances when you come across somebody like you, where we are asked these basic questions. We are so happy to answer them. Thank you so much. So there are a few things, tips which I want to give to our listeners again, that whenever you are going to a homeopath, choose the right homeopath. That is very important. Trust your homeopath, stay there, share everything of yours, because as you said, individualization is important. Homeopath must know everything about you. Have patience. you will be rewarded in a better way rather than just getting a temporary or a short cure. And try homeopathy. The golden line is, if more than 2 to 3 weeks, if you're not feeling better by your ongoing medication, try a homeopath. Try a homeopath if you have a surgical problem. Trust me, 70% of your surgical issues are curable by homeopathy. I'm very clear about it. There is no black and white about this. Curable 70. You say it. You tonsillitis. You call it piles. You call it fissure. You call it an abscess. You call it. So all these are surgical things which are 70% of times you can avoid surgeries. Take an opinion of your next door good homeopath, and most of the times your long bills and your long suffering and energy will be saved, and good things can happen. Most of the people do not do this. They just skip the things, and they would only want to connect to certain different types of specialists, which is also good. See, everybody's experienced, but then sometimes you have to try a little off the way, then the mainstream, and it works, and it works wonderfully. So please keep this in mind. Moral of this talk show should go to the right cause, isn't it?
I don't know if it has, how much it has benefited others, but it has benefited me, and we will have a separate conversation why I say that.
And I'm sure it has benefited you. You have the ability to convince and benefit 100 other people. That's why I'm repeating again and again.
Yes, thank you so much for being a part. Once again, a very happy World Homeopathy Day to you two excellent power couple, Roshni and Dr. Minaj.
Yes. And special mention to Nitisha Patil and Kanchan Patil, because they are the link between you and us. So special mention to Nitisha, because I don't know if she's here, but whenever she hears it, we are grateful that
she's already shared the video, so she's there somewhere around. I saw her sharing the video.
So because of her, we have known to you, so we must mention her.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'll also give a little bit of credit to my daughter Chaitravi, because she is a fan of Didi.
Oh,
I have been saying Roshni for 2 days, and she's finally today she's admitting, "Agar Didi बोल रहा है तो Roshni मतलब मला कसं कळणार?"
She is a different level. She is.
I'm her fan. In fact,
We are her fans. Tell her. Amazing she is. She is your genetic code, your energy. Wonderful.
Yes. Thank you so much. On this note, I will bid you a bye-bye. Have a lovely evening and a lovely weekend.
Same to
All
you.
my audience.
Carrying all the positive vibrations. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
lovely weekend, and have a lovely evening.
Thank you so much. You are going to leave it? You are going to disconnect?
Yes, disconnected.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Bye-bye. Bye, everyone. And yes,
Bye,
please
thank you for being
for more
patient.
such.
Thank you.
Please
I
be
said thanks
tuned
for
for
the
more.
audience for being patient listener.
yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I understand. Thank you, audiences, for being patient listeners, and thanks to all those people who are also going to see this video later. So thanks to all of them also, and stay tuned.
And thanks to Dr. Advait. You have a big doctor in your house also. Don't be so modest. Dr. Advait, thanks to him. Thanks to him, and thanks to you for giving him all the wisdom as a mother. And thanks to Kaka for so many good things he does when we come over there. Thank you very much.
Kaka's listening to you.
Thank you, Kaka. Thank you very much. Where is he? Just I want to say hi to him today.
He will only be able to show your hand.
Okay.
He's not allowed to show his face on my show.
Okay.
I dominate it.
Thank you very much. We enjoyed.
Yes. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.